Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and the Photo Focus Concealer. Actually, I have a bowl full of Wet n Wild products here that I bought. I've bought these things sporadically throughout the last 3 weeks, and it seems like every time I go into Walgreens or Walmart there was something new. Well, actually at Walmart, because at Walmart they didn't have the liquid cat suit. These are the matte lipsticks. They didn't have these when I went to Walgreens. When I first purchased the foundation and the concealer and the press powder and all this other good stuff. Anyhow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started now. I am going to apply the foundation and concealer, and I'm probably gonna set it with this pressed powder. And the reason I'm gonna use the pressed powder to set is because it's so lightweight. Honestly, by the way, I've already attempted to film this for you plenty of times, and it's always something why I won't upload it to YouTube, but today is the day that I will upload this video because I am not gonna refilm for this over again. Now, I will say I will give my final thoughts and reviews at the end of the video, so let's just go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer, and the primer, the claims are that it's a magic potion. It refines pores, fills in fine lines, brightens complexion, and even skin tone. So I absolutely love this primer because it reminds me of a moisturizer. By the way, ladies, I have been really sick and I got this little redness here. And we're just gonna see how great this foundation is. I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a tad bit more primer in my T-zone area. Okay, so then next I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna actually apply a little bit of concealer first, just to give me a really good coverage. Now the only thing about this concealer, is that it does have a real small sponge applicator, so you gotta go in there quite a bit to give you the coverage that you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. Now this does dry super fast, so you gotta work with it really quickly. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I'm gonna go in with the Photo Focus Foundation. Now this does have a spatula, so I'm just gonna apply this to one side of my face so that way you can see how great the coverage is. And I'm gonna use my beauty sponge, my Real Techniques. This does dry pretty matte, so if you have oily skin, that's just gonna work perfect for you. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend a hydrating primer. So this is what one side of my face looks like with the foundation and the concealer underneath. Again, this does dry pretty quickly and it does dry matte. And I love that. I love the coverage that it gives. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the concealer. Now the shade that I got in the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation is Desert Beige, and in the concealer I got medium Tawny. So let me go ahead and apply this on my eyes. And also if you're wondering why I put concealer on my smile line, it's because it'll disguise anything that you don't want to show, I should say. It just gives an illusion of no smile line, pretty much. So I do have redness here, so let's see it. That covers it because it doesn't look like the foundation did. So there you have it. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of the foundation and concealer to the other side of my face. And okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the concealer. And again, the only downfall about the concealer is that it has a small sponge applicator. So you got to go in there quite a bit just to kind of get the desired coverage that you're looking for. But other than that, this covers medium to full, whichever you're looking for. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation and the concealer together. It gives you a medium to full coverage. I absolutely love the coverage, and I like that it dries matte. I will give the claims and the reviews at the end of the video, but so far I love the coverage on the concealer and the foundation. It's amazing. Again, it's a medium to full coverage, and a little goes a long way. So if you feel like you've applied too much and it's starting to look cakey, just get your beauty sponge and dampen it really well, and it'll soak up the excess product. This is actually reminding me of my Clinique 2-in-1. It's the Beyond Perfecting concealer and foundation in one, and I absolutely love this foundation. It's reminding me so much of that. I can't believe the coverage on this. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and it's approximately 5:23. Can you see that, ladies? Okay, ladies, so I am back with a full face of makeup, and it is approximately 6:21. I am off to church, and as soon as I get back, I will give you ladies a full review. Alright, ladies, so I am back, and it is 11:39 in the evening, and let's go ahead and get this demo slash review slash first impressions out of the way. So starting with the I have a whole bowl of stuff here that I bought, but I didn't use everything. So starting with the primer, actually, so I used the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer, and again, the claims are that it's a magic potion, refines pores, fills fine lines, brightens complexion, and even skin tone. And I love this primer because it's a nice creamy texture. It feels like a moisturizer. So then I went in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Desert Beige, and what I like about this foundation is that it has a spatula, so you can apply it to the back of your hand, or you can apply it to your face, whichever you like. It's up to you. Either way, this gives a great medium to full coverage. It's absolutely amazing. Love, love, love. I highly recommend it. And then I also went in with the Photo Focus concealer. Now again, this also has a medium to full coverage, and it's amazing. The only downfall about the concealer is that it does have a small sponge applicator, so you do got to go in there quite a bit to get the coverage that you're looking for. But other than that, this has a really great coverage. And the claims on the foundation and concealer, because they have the same claims, they've been tested under 7 light conditions, and the first one being a clear blue sunlit sky. The second and third are outdoors and indoors in the PM, under electronic flash, under fluorescent light, bathroom light, and nightclub lights. Ladies, for all you club goers, this is the foundation, and I got a story to tell you about this really quick. But to finish off the claims, it delivers virtually flawless and buildable coverage every time, precision match color with matte second skin finish, a soft focus properties help protect appearance of skin. Now, I I actually tried to film for this the other day, and I got so busy throughout the day that I didn't even finish filming. But I went to the gym with this foundation on and I was sweating up a storm. So I can tell you from my experience, this is sweat proof. So that floored me because I was not expecting that at all. And yeah, worth every single penny. So once I applied the foundation and the concealer, I went ahead and set it with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder. Yes, it's pressed powder, but it's super lightweight. It's a lot like a setting powder. So with that being said, I'll show you here if you can see that. It's really lightweight, so you don't have to worry about this caking up when you apply. I didn't use much of it, I just used enough. I used enough to set in my T-zone and over my eyes. And so once I applied that, I went ahead and went in with this, oh, I'm sorry, I contoured first. I did a very light contour. As you can see, I didn't do anything heavy with the contour, where's my contour? Oh, here it is. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour, and this is in the shade Cafe au Soleil. They didn't have, this is the only shade they had, but anyhow, it's a sponge, it's a cushion sponge. It does come with a sponge applicator, and this is what the sponge looks like. And you have to be really careful. Now, I did use the sponge applicator. What I did was I applied the contour, and then I went in with the beauty sponge to blend that out, because I have to say that I've already tried using this prior. Again, like I said, I was trying to film for you the other day. What I would do personally is start really light and then work up, and then you can start building it up, because if you go in with too much, it's really hard to blend out. So that's just been my experience with it. So once I contoured along here, I contoured along my jawline. And of course, I had to disguise the double chin, and I did a little bit of contour up here, not much, and I contoured my nose. But moving on, I also, once I was done with that, I went in with the with this MegaGlo makeup stick, and this is in the shade Flora Majority, and it's a cream blush. So once I applied the cream blush, I had to go in and blend it really well. I used my stippling brush for that, but I also went in with this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush to set. So yeah, this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Melon Wine, and this really helps because the blush is a cream blush. The powder brush helps set that and keep that in place. So once I applied that, I went ahead and went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Highlight Illuminator. Again, this is a cushion sponge, and it does come with the sponge applicator, and this is the sponge here. And again, I went in very lightly, and I blended that out with my beauty sponge as well. So to set this, I actually used the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in Precious Petals, and the shade in this Mega Cushion Highlight Illuminator is Who's That Pearl. The packaging is so pretty in this, and I went ahead, and because this is kind of like a cream, I wanted to go ahead and set it with this highlighter, and this one is in Precious Petals again. And I also bought the highlighter, the MegaGlo highlighter in Crown of My Canopy. So moving along, once I applied the Mega Cushion Highlight Illuminator and the MegaGlo highlight powder, I went ahead and did my eyeshadow, and I used for primer, I used the Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer, which it's just like a typical eyeshadow primer. Nothing, I mean, I guess I can't really compare it to anything because it feels just like the eyeshadow primer that I use now. I use either a concealer or the Milani, and then there's another one that I use that I can't think of right now. But yeah, it works just as good. As long as my oils don't penetrate through the primer and the eyeshadow, then I'm all down for whatever primer that works. It doesn't have to be a high-end expensive primer. Anyhow, so I did buy 2 of the Wet n Wild palettes. I bought the Bare Necessities and the Nude Awakening, and I did use the Nude Awakening palette, and in the back of the palette it does give you like a how to create guide. You can create 4 different looks. So the eyeshadows don't have any names, but they are numbered. So starting with shade number 1 to set my primer, shade number 6 for the transition shade, shade number 8 for my crease, and then shade number 4 for my lid. And then I also use shade number 8 to on the bottom of my lid as well. So yeah, and they're super pigmented and they are super blendable, so I really like these palettes. So moving on, for mascara, I use the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade Mascara. Now, what I love about this mascara, even though it's not waterproof, and 95% of the time I try to stick to waterproof mascara, but I wanted to use everything Wet n Wild, and the packaging looked pretty interesting, so I went ahead and bought this one. This is in Brazen Black, and what I love about this mascara is that, 1, it doesn't clump. 2, I love the wand to this mascara because it helps get into, it's like a little ball and chain looking wand, but it helps you get into those corner, the outer corner lashes and the inner corner lashes really well. So on top of that, whatever's in this formula works amazing because I've had this on for hours. My eyes have not watered, they don't burn, they don't itch, and usually I'm really picky on what kind of mascara that I wear. If it starts to irritate my eyes right away, I don't even bother with it. But this mascara hasn't done any of that to my eyes, and it's surprising to me because usually when it's not a waterproof mascara, it's already down to the bottom of my lid. So again, whatever's in this formula, hands down to Wet n Wild, because this is an amazing mascara. I love it. So moving on, for lips, okay, well for eyebrows, I use the Wet n Wild Brow. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Brow Pencil, and it's just a regular brown eyebrow pencil, nothing fancy. It has your spoolie at the end. It's not waterproof, and that's one thing that I will say. I'm not a big fan of it, but because I wanted to do everything Wet n Wild, I went ahead and bought it. But it stayed on. Again, I wore the same eyebrow pencil to the gym, and I was sweating like crazy. I didn't see or notice that it came off my eyebrows, but I mean, it's a pretty good little eyebrow pencil. But moving on to my lips, I did buy a couple of lip pencils. Where's the other one? Let's see. Oh, they're all here. So starting with these 3 here, these are 3 of the gel liners that they came out with, and this one here is in the shade Gone Burgundy, and it's just a regular burgundy lip liner. And these are super pigmented, and they glide on really nice and smooth. They don't pull and tug, and you can actually wear this as a lipstick by itself. That's how pigmented the lip liners are. This one is Bare to Comment. This is like a nude. Again, super pigmented. And I'm gonna list everything that I wore today and that I bought and the prices in the description box down below. And then this one is Plum Together. Again, super pigmented lip liners, and they apply nice and smooth. Love these lip liners. And then I bought this Mega Cushion Soft Matte Lip Cream, and it does come with a sponge applicator. As you can see, I've already worn this quite a few times, and this is in the shade Melon Like It Is, and I love the sponge applicator. I've never bought a lipstick with a sponge applicator, and I think that was a really brilliant idea. I love it. And then lastly, I did buy 2 of these are the Velvet Matte Lip Color Pencils, and this one's in the shade, oh gosh, this is in the shade Charm, I think it's this Charm Cherry. I don't know, it's really tiny, I can't even see the print, but I'm just gonna apply it right here. This is Charm Cherry right here. Right here. Charmed Cherry. I'm looking at my viewfinder, sorry. And then this one is in the shade Hickory Smoked. Oh my gosh. Oh no. And I love this shade here. This was one of my, these were the only 2 shades that I liked out of the whole collection. They had quite a few. And then Lastly, I got this. Oh, actually, no, I got another one here. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Lip color. And this one's in the shade. I can't even see the print. It's that small. It says I can't. I'll leave it in the description box down below. But this is a really, really pretty liquid lipstick too. And it's this one right here. So they're super pigmented. And lastly, my favorite one out of all the lip colors is gonna be this one. This one is the Wet n Wild. Oops, this is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick. This is what I have on right now. It is super amazing. They didn't have very many shades left, and I was like, man, but I'm so glad that I saw this one because I love this shade here. It's right there. So yeah, they're super pigmented, and this is kiss proof. Trust me, I love it. And so lastly, to complete the look, let me put this down. I set it with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray, and I'll tell you what, ladies, this little setting spray is amazing. I actually really like it. I usually use the NYX setting spray, but this is one of my favorites too now, so I will keep purchasing a lot of these products until they quit selling them. So with that being said, that does conclude this video for today, and until my next video, bye.